This week on the Aviators, we take it back to basics when examining the components used to build aircraft engines so that they produce the kind of power needed to make airplanes fly. Then join us in Olney, Texas, as we visit Air Tractor for a wild demonstration of this incredibly versatile aerial application aircraft. Among the myriad of remarkable characteristics inherent to the aviation industry, some of the most exciting lie within the diverse and expansive range of mission capabilities available to pilots and airplane owners alike. Whether the intended mission is focused on commercial, humanitarian, or more leisure-based activities, the versatile nature of aircraft offer their operators a wide array of opportunities, in many cases with a multitude of options afforded by a single aircraft. And while the adaptability intrinsic to many an aircraft allows for the potential to indulge in a variety of endeavors, in certain situations, it's far more advantageous to utilize an aircraft designed specifically with your mission in mind. A perfect example of this principle can be applied to the realm of aerial firefighting, the highly specialized activity in which aircraft and other aerial resources are used to combat wildfires. Whereas the earliest instances of wildfire suppression through aerial means saw civilian or military aircraft of the day, namely World War II and Korean War-era bombers, converted into firefighting machines, the need for a fast, maneuverable, and accurate means of loading, carrying, and inevitably dispensing fire retardant or other suppression material onto a volatile target begged for a purpose-built solution. Subsequent advances in aviation technology have seen the development of specialized aircraft known as air tankers or water bombers, fixed-wing aircraft fitted with tanks designed to be filled with water, fire retardant, or gels, and intended for the specific mission of aerial firefighting. Among the most prominent and renowned aircraft used by firefighting agencies is the Air Tractor AT-802F, which has even been featured in the Disney movie Planes. This single-engine air tanker can dispense its 800-gallon payload in a single drop onto its target below. Produced by the Olney, Texas-based company Air Tractor, the AT-802F is one of several purpose-built models produced by a company that began with a focus not on firefighting aircraft, but rather on the purpose-built agricultural aircraft that now dominate its output. And while the first Air Tractor was produced in the 1970s, the true origins of this company go back even further, driven by the vision of one man who exhibited an ambition and drive that have been emblematic of aviation's innovators since its earliest days.
Our founder, Leland Snow, started the company originally pursuing his dream of building airplanes in Harlingen, Texas.
Jim Hirsch has been the president of Air Tractor since 2011.
Being from Harlingen, from South Texas into Texas Valley, where there's a lot of agriculture, he wound up helping load dust and wound up flying dusting airplanes and spray airplanes down there in the 40s. And in 1948, after he graduated from high school, he went to Texas A&M University and got into aeronautical engineering, where he really first latched onto the idea that he could design and build a commercially viable, purpose-built agricultural airplane.
Following the completion of his first two prototype ag aircraft in the early 1950s, and with his Snow S2 model's completion and certification shortly thereafter, Leland established the Snow Aeronautical Company in 1958, setting up operations in the town of Olney. With a population of just 4,000 at the time of Snow Aeronautical's establishment, Olney might not have seemed like an obvious choice of residence for an upstart airplane manufacturing operation. But for Leland, it presented an opportunity that was simply too good to pass up.
After he built his second prototype ag airplane, he lost that prototype airplane in an accident and was looking for funding. And it turns out that Olney had an aggressive business development group here in the community, and various members of the community co-signed a note that brought him to Olney and got him in the airplane manufacturing business here.
In the years that followed, Leland sold Snow Aeronautical to the Rockwell Standard Corporation, where he was appointed vice president of the Aero Commander Division, and further variants of the S-2 were produced under the new Thrush moniker. But for Snow, who found himself growing weary of the culture that came along with a large corporation, the appointment was to be relatively short-lived.
So Leland stayed with Rockwell for several years, and in 1970, Rockwell moved the company to Georgia, and that's when he separated service from Rockwell, stayed here in North Texas, and started to design the air tractor. And in 1974, the first air tractor airplanes were delivered and certified.
Combining everything that Snow had learned about aircraft design and agricultural spraying to that point, the very first air tractor, the AT-300, kick-started a successful history of ag aircraft, which has seen a number of variants produced over the subsequent years, with successive models incorporating such technology as turboprop and radial piston engines, various wingspan and fuselage modifications, agriculture-specific onboard GPS systems, and advanced aerial application delivery systems along the way. Given the experience and success gained through the production of their purpose-built agricultural aircraft, the late 80s saw Leland turn his attention to the development of a new purpose-built model, which, although sharing obvious similarities in function, was being designed for an altogether different type of mission.
The original design concept for the 802 was directed specifically at an initial attack single-engine air tanker for firefighting. Leland started that project in the late 80s, and the 802 was certified in 1993, if I remember right, and delivery started soon thereafter. Over the years, we've continued to evolve the product and refine it and improve on it. And last year, we celebrated the delivery of the 500th AT-802.
With a variety of Pratt & Whitney turboprop engines available for the 802, ranging from 1,200 up to 1,600 shaft horsepower, this powerful 16,000-pound tailwheel plane has the speed, maneuverability, and drop accuracy to both lead the charge as the initial attack in firefighting missions, as well as providing an ongoing response in conjunction with ground-based crews for extended attack scenarios. Additionally, its rugged design enables it to stage from just about any terrain, allowing the aircraft to easily return to the ground for another load, before getting right back out to the fire without missing a beat. While the 802's primary mission was that of an aerial firefighter, the years since its initial design have proven it to be an extremely malleable and highly effective aircraft in a variety of specialized roles.
It can be outfitted with various mission equipment specific for agricultural use, for spraying, for granular fertilizer distribution. They're all fitted with an agricultural specific GPS or global positioning system on board. And the firefighting airplanes have a unique and specifically designed for firefighting fire suppression material delivery system that is supplied by air tractor with the airplanes for firefighting.
Considering its mission, the AT-802F second-generation fire retardant dispersal system is certainly among the most impressive features of the aircraft. Bolstered by over 10,000 flight hours of system testing, taking full advantage of computer and hydraulic component advancements, and reinforced with proven performance in the harshest of conditions, Air Tractor's dispersal system provides unmatched consistency and coverage levels to its fiery target below, while maximizing the ease of use for the pilot in the cockpit. To demonstrate the precision of this system, we were given a front row seat as an 802F was first connected to a ground-based water supply where it was pumped full of water through the aircraft's bottom load system, then sent into the sky where one of Air Tractor's pilots would simulate a couple of drops onto an isolated target of a lone barrel sitting on the ground below. When the time to prepare for the drop arrives, the pilot interface allows the pilot to select the desired coverage level, the amount to be dropped, and the ground speed. With these coordinates set, just one press of the control stick triggers the FRDS computer to take over. And as the aircraft makes a low pass over its target, the system automatically opens and closes the fire gate doors, while making continuous adjustments to deliver the precise coverage levels to the target below. Whether it's stretched out to be released in a stream, or unloaded in one large drop, as you can see, the AT-802F's fire retardant dispersal system was more than up to the task. While this simulated event seems tame enough and helps to emphasize the ease through which the Air Tractor's automated systems allow for the completion of the mission, keeping in mind the truly hazardous environments in which these aircraft are deployed throughout the world should also give an appreciation for the experience and skill required to not only ensure the drop reaches its intended target, but also to maintain control over an aircraft that in a matter of seconds is losing up to 800 gallons of liquid, a weight nearly equal to that of the aircraft itself.
Without the proper pilot inputs, obviously if you drop and pull back on the stick, yes, you're gonna find yourself in an extreme nose-high attitude. Again, the event only takes a few seconds, but in real terms, from a pilot's perspective, and the natural tendencies that you develop through your training and experience, as the nose begins to pitch up, your natural reaction is going to be keep the nose down and keep the airplane level. And like I say, from a practical and theoretical perspective, that's a very manageable event. My suspicion is if you've got several thousand hours in light airplanes and we put you in the back seat, that you would probably figure out how to manage that thing reasonably within a couple of drops.
Recent years have seen Air Tractor reach a number of milestone achievements, with the 50-year anniversary of the establishment of snow aviation in 2008, the 2800 Air Tractor seeing delivery in 2012, and the 500th 802 being delivered the following year. But with these high points also came an emotional blow for the company when their founder and leader, Leland Snow, passed away in 2011.
You know, it's obvious to me that from the time he was a young fella, aviation was just in his blood. Hung out on his bicycle at the local airport, got his pilot's license when he was 16, and had a Piper Cub that he rebuilt when he was in his teens that he was flying in high school.
But perhaps more so than ever, Leland's legacy continues to thrive, not only through a commitment to the aircraft produced by the company he founded in Olney over 35 years ago, but also in Air Tractor's ongoing commitment to its team of individuals that continue working to turn Leland's dreams into reality.
We still are very much feel like we are a family business. In 2008, the Snow family sold the company to the employees, and so we are 100% employee owned right now, and that has absolutely extended that family culture that we have thrived on so well here for many years.